Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie 1111 Witchy Babe, and I am here today with Gemini's reading for the month of April. So welcome back, all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you guys are all doing okay, if not well. And I'm really glad that you are here with me. And I would like to welcome anybody new. So what we are going to be doing today is that we are going to be taking a look at what's going on for Gemini energy. And that could be Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, or Mars. Make sure you're checking out your other placements, okay? So there's, additional messages that go with the other placements in your chart. So yeah, and let's see. I have a lot to talk about really quickly before I begin. I have a lot to talk about really quickly. It is kind of quickly and a lot at the same time. Anyway, let's keep going. So first I want to let you guys know what decks I'm going to be using, and then I'm going to talk about that card sitting in the background and what it means to you, because that is an additional message apart from the reading, and we'll see how it feeds into the reading. So I'm going to be using a traditional Rider-Waite deck. It's just a deck, I don't know where I got it or the name, just a traditional deck. I also was called to use the Vintage Wisdom Oracles for y'all. I normally use the same decks, if you've been with me for a while, the same exact decks on all of the all signs reading, but I've been feeling like, doing a different, meditating on what decks to use for the individuals that I'll be watching. And so that's what I started doing. So all the decks will be slightly different depending on what I was called to. The other deck I was called to use for you guys is, what is this called? The Rebel deck. I always forget the name. So I'll be using the Rebel deck as well. And that is it. So deck wise, so a couple of reminders before I jump on into this Mary Shelley card, that this is a general energy reading. So you can only take the information that resonates with you and leave everything else behind that doesn't. It's not a reading for your personalized energy. So if there's anything negative or that makes you feel bad or anxious or anything like that, I don't want you leaving here feeling like that. So please don't take the information with you. Also with this, I've been meaning to talk about is that I get a lot of feedback that my readings either are talking about something that has already happened and I'm more explaining why it happened, or something that has happened a little bit later on down the road. So you have to remember that the time is fluid. And so whatever message I need to get across to you in this reading is coming across to you, but that doesn't mean that's happening right when I say it. Sometimes, like I said, it might have already happened or it might be happening later on. So what I think is a good idea is to take anything that makes you feel like, wow, that's something that's standing out to me right now. I feel that, what she's saying. Take that, put it in your pocket, and apply it wherever it needs to go, whenever it needs to be applied. Okay? So, I went over the decks. I went over the little disclaimer. I think that is it. Let's go over this Mary Shelley card. As always, if you'd like to book a personalized energy reading, you can do so at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. And all of my readings I have on sale right now until all of this is over and people are back to work and things are a little bit more normal. So just to let you guys know, you will get a discount, and I'm trying to give back as much as I can if you are wanting to get a personalized reading with me. I also am going to be trying to go live as much as possible in my group and on my page. So I will be doing free and tipped readings there. You can always check those out as well. So let's go back to this card, which some of you might be eyeing at and seeing that it says loss, and it looks scary. And I was freaked out when I pulled it for myself. By the way, if you like this deck, or this card, it's from this deck, which is fantastic, the Literary Witches Oracle. But this card was scary at first, and then I really sat with it and let it soak in, because what I'm doing is I'm pulling a card each day for myself, first and foremost. But also for anybody that I'm going to be reading that day. I want to see how we're all connected and our energies intertwine, and how messages to you also apply to me, because I see that in my readings all the time. So this Mary Shelley card talks about loss. Mary Shelley wrote the book Frankenstein. She also experienced a lot of loss in her life. She lost her mother. She lost her 3 of her children. She lost her husband. She experienced so much loss, but she was able to create such a masterpiece. She had a different perspective because of the pain that she went through, because of her suffering. And this is not to romanticize pain and suffering, and to romanticize the artist that has gone through so much and can create such amazing things because of it. It's not to say that those things were good, that has happened to you or anything like that. But this is to say that you do have the ability to take negative situations and negative circumstances and pain that you shouldn't have had to suffer, and you're able to still use that to help yourself grow in whatever way you want to grow. You're able to use that as fuel to go after the things that you want. You're able to not just have it sit with you and destroy you. You can take it and you can create with it instead. It's energy. It doesn't have to, you can manipulate it. It doesn't have to bring you down. It can actually, in the long run, pull you all the way up if you want it to. So that is what the message I feel is from that card. It's a very transformative energy, very Scorpio energy. So let's go ahead and dive on in. What's going on with Gemini energy for the month of April? And a reminder, I do not do anything specific. I just see whatever messages need to come out. I don't focus on any one topic. Okay, so we have the Two of Cups, but it is in reverse. So let's dive on. Let's put this back here. Let's dive on into that a little bit more. So you might be having some relationships issues in April. I heard misunderstandings, miscommunications. It's almost like a Mercury retrograde vibe where there's just misunderstandings. Okay, but then we're walking away. All right, guys. Okay, let's see. Yeah, wow, okay. Wow. All right, so depending on what you're wanting to hear, this might not be what you want to hear, but there's people that need to hear this. Some of you guys are in a relationship. I'm hearing some of you, it's fairly new, and you already see the huge ass red flags in it. But others of you, you know, you've been in a relationship. It's something, it's been unstable. It's not been an equal give and take. And I do feel like come April, you are getting the strength and ability to walk away from that situation. So we have the Two of Cups in reverse, which the Two of Cups upright is a card of soulmates, and it's a card of love and balance. But reverse, it's, you know, one person is giving more than, and the other person is taking. And it's, what's standing out to me most is this red down here. And all I can think of is these big red flags. Like, you already know this is a problem with whoever you're in this connection with. You know that there's something off with it. And I do feel like you finally get this perspective that you need in order to make the moves that you need to make to get away from it. Now, of course, with everything that's going on, you might not be able to physically move away if you are like maybe living with this person at this time, but you are going to be making those steps in order to make that possible when it comes up. And for others, I feel like a lot of this is like, it's not necessarily relationships where you're living with the person, but you're just, you know, connected with them and you're just walking away from them. You're just closing the chapter. You're being released. So the Devil reverse is being released from your shackles, being released from toxic connections, being released from things that don't serve you and just drain you. I just heard vampire, emotionally manipulative, narcissist. So if you are kind of resonating with some of those terms in a descriptor of the person that you're dealing with, then this is for you and this is about them. You are getting the strength you need in order to walk away from them. I feel like for some of you, you have somebody that's helped guiding you through this process. Maybe they're able to give you that change in perspective. I feel like this person is, I'm getting a masculine energy from this person. So they might be male, or they could just hold a lot of masculine energy. Let's see what else. But it's bringing balance. It's bringing balance back into your life. I feel like whoever this is talking about has caused a lot of emotional instability for you and made you doubt yourself. I'm hearing doubts a lot. Well, oh my God, this is insane. Balance. I get so excited and then I don't show the cards right. Discernment. So what was I talking about? Balance. Bringing balance into your life, and discernment. You knew this was wrong. You knew it wasn't right. You felt it. But you were like, oh, you know, you put the rose-colored glasses on, and instead of being red flags, they look like they're pink, or maybe they're orange, really. Maybe it's not a warning. But you learned with this experience and kind of going through it and working through it with this person and finally getting to that point where you're like, you know what? I'm out of here. You've learned to trust your own discernment, to trust that inner knowing that you already knew, your intuition, that it wasn't right, that there was red flags, that this wasn't a good situation for you. So going forward, you won't repeat that because you're going to already be on alert. You're going to be on it. You're going to know when something's off, that, hey, when I know something's off, something is off. It's not me being paranoid. It's not my past trauma coming up. I'm fully in my own power to know what I'm trying to tell myself. I can read my own intuition. I am strong enough in order to see this, because this person exiting your life brings you back that emotional balance and that be able to, trust yourself. Because what this person was doing is they were manipulating you. They were gaslighting you. They were trying to pull you from, really being able to trust yourself, trying to switch stuff up on you. And I'm not calling them a bad person. People do these things for their own reasons. Sometimes it's unconscious. Sometimes they're doing it in a subconscious manner because you needed to learn that lesson, and it's all a part of the plan. But regardless of the situation, you learn to trust yourself, and you learn to not do that, self-deception where you close your own eyes to the situation and just hope it goes away or hope that you're wrong. Let me get some more messages. Don't fucking force it. Allow that shit to come to you. When it comes to romantic relationships, or really anything that you have to force is not for you. And you had to force this relationship. You had to work so hard to make it work. And I'm not saying that relationships are easy, or if they're not easy, they're not right. That's not what I'm saying at all. But you can't force a situation. And if you continue to try after time again, and you get hit with the same crap, and it just seems like the same lesson over and over, and the same argument over and over, you have to see that that is not a long-term situation. That is a lesson that you're supposed to be learning, and then you can move on from it. That you're not going to change this person. You're not going to convince them that that they should act a different way. You can't do that. You can't manipulate a situation in order to get a person to behave the way that you want them to behave. You can't force it. The more you try to force things, the more they are not going to work. You can't fit a square peg into a hole, right? Into a circle, whatever the phrase is. I should stop trying to say phrases since I destroy them every time. I can just see it one day, finding one day when I'm bigger on YouTube and somebody does some collaboration of or putting together all of my messed up phrases. I actually would like that. That'd make me laugh. Okay, so we have detox. Drink a smoothie. Unfriend that asshole. If this is somebody you're connected with online, block them. And throw some shit out. This is a time for you to detox your life. This is an opportunity to do that. This is an opportunity to not only spring clean your home, which I'm sure you've already done as we've been locked up, but it's an opportunity. Hey, you should have, because I'm remembering now my message I did on Twitter for air signs was to clean your shit up and get things cleared up and clean. And now I kind of see why. But yeah, you guys, detox your life. Detach yourself from things that don't serve you, especially this person, because I feel like not all of you are going to do it. You're being given the opportunity to, but you have to, there's free will. So you're going to have to make that decision. So do you want to go through the same shit over and over and over with this person, or do you want to walk away from it? I just wrote a tweet today and a post on my page saying if they're not getting if you're not getting what you want from them while we're all in quarantine, they're never going to change. If they're not shit now, they're never going to be shit, okay? This is a time that we're all stuck at home for the most part, unless you're an essential worker. Unless this person's an essential worker and out there grinding like crazy to keep the rest of us going and alive, then if they're just at home chilling and they're still not giving you what you need, when do you think it's ever going to happen? Walk away from them. Focus on yourself. Focus on your growth. Detox yourself from the stuff that doesn't serve you. Find out why you keep being drawn into people that make you have to trip over yourself in order to, be able to have a relationship with them. Focus on glowing up yourself and walk away from the situation, because it's going nowhere fast. And it's just going to be them taking up all your energy, and they're whether they know it or not, they're an energy vampire right now. That's the space they're in. And you don't need to be their meal source, okay? So that's going to be your message, you guys. I know it wasn't a super positive reading, but I know that there are people that needed to hear this. They needed that green light to walk away. So please do it. And please have that self-control to keep going forward. I know how hard it is. If you know anything about astrology, my Venus and my Mars is in Pisces. I know how hard it is to walk away from toxic situations, but you have to. Okay? because you're going to get stuck if you don't. And I know that too. All right. I hope you guys have a good day whenever this is finding you. Let me know in the comments what's going on with you. Once again, it's a general energy reading. If you want to book your own reading with me, you can do that at my website, 1111witchybabe.com. And I have been letting everybody know, while I absolutely appreciate decks being donated, I do ask at this time that you refrain from using my Amazon link, because I don't want to have the Amazon workers having to box up freaking tarot decks during this crisis and insane amount of work that they're having to face. So if you would like to donate to the channel, I've included my donation links for in regards to CashApp or PayPal. You can donate that way. But yeah, I hope you guys are having an okay day, a good day, preferably, and I will see you all next time.